Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Mannarino, and it's a lovely day. Actually, not for some, but for you and me, it's always lovely. Yes, Thursday, March 10th, 2022. Let's start off with some lovely economic news. You're going to love this. Oh, it's beautiful. So, food and energy prices hit a 40-year high. Imagine my shock. Oh, unemployment claims came in higher than expected. Oh, I'm so surprised at that too. Inflation coming in at 7.9% year over year. Nope, we knew that too. Month over month, 0.5% gain. That's pretty astonishing if you ask me. And then we heard from Christine Lagarde, whatever that thing is over there. And she is directly pointing her fingers at the war for inflation coming in hotter than expected. Oh, yeah. Imagine my shock there, too. Oh, no. Yeah, it's always the deflection, the distractions, the deceptions. It's out of control. Okay. Let's talk about a couple of other assets, and then we're going to go on to the market. WTI crude, $115. Yesterday was pretty astonishing. Okay, we heard that the UAE was going to increase production, and that sent crude diving. It's a band-aid. Not only is it a band-aid here, it's going to establish a new floor with crude, and crude is going higher, a lot higher. We hit 137 with regard to Brent crude just a few days ago. We're going to go above that too. It's just a matter of time. Again, this UAE thing is nothing. It's not going to make any difference in the long run. It's a double-edged sword, people. Look, they're going to try to convince you that, again, we are not moving into a global energy crisis, and nothing could be further from the truth. I mean, we are clearly we're in it already, and it's about to get much, much worse. And I know you realize that, well, it's not by accident. So, like I said yesterday, be afraid. That drop in crude, all it's going to do is establish a new floor. So be ready for it. It's already popping, and there's a lot more to come. And you got, it's not just, like I said, they want to convince you that it's a supply issue. It's not a supply issue. It is a dying dollar issue. That's why we're seeing inflation surge. Again, let me look at these numbers here. Month over month, 0.5% increase, a 7.9% year over year increase in inflation. What happened to the Federal Reserve's 2% target? Oh, but it's transitory. You know that. Oh, how do we know that? Well, because the Federal Reserve said so. And they would never lie. Nor would any of our politicians. Oh, no. They have your best interest in mind. You know that. Anyway, 10-year yield this morning, pretty nice. 1.97, dollar slightly weaker. However, stock futures are lower. Stock futures are lower, pointing towards a lower open. Trading doesn't start for about half an hour. Why? Well, more uncertainty because of this whole war thing. Apparently, this is laughable too. I explained to you, and you knew this, that we were going to hear, any reason to try to prolong this. Talks. More talks, and talks have failed yet again. Imagine my shock on that. Also, the expansion of this war, it's definitely in play, and the market's a little rattled this morning. But again, looking over at the debt market, looking over at the relative strength of the dollar, I don't see a fear trade yet, but we'll see how this plays out. But stock futures are lower. Okay, we had a pretty nice rally yesterday. Would any of you be surprised if we gave back a little bit? I wouldn't. But we'll see. Again, look, we understand what's going on here. There's also, again, the specter of what the Federal Reserve is going to actually do next week with regard to rate hikes. I still say we're going to get a hike, and it's going to be nothing, and the market's going to probably love it. It's going to be like all orgasmic about it. Cryptocurrencies right now under some pressure. Bitcoin around 39,000. You got gold and silver catching a bid. Yesterday was pretty epic. They hit gold and silver pretty hard. But again, look, like I tell you, don't get upset about these things. People write to me when we have a day like yesterday. My email box lights up. people, believe me, I'm following it just like you are. And it's not real. There's no price action. There's no real price discovery mechanism behind it. The price action is fake. It's being pulled around by the derivative. I don't know how many times I have to say this. It's not metals changing hands. That's not what's going on here. It's the paper derivative, which does not exist. It is not real. It is not on the elemental chart. But that's the way it is. It's a rigged game. You all know that. Anyway, so that's the story this morning. Look, you know my take on all this. It's not going to change. We're going to stick to our plan. Our strategy has been working for years. It's not going to stop. You need to own oil and gas producers here. Yes, I pulled profits the day before we had the cratering of crude. All of my lions know that. I did post this in my newsletter. This is why I'm telling you, you must subscribe to my free newsletter, link in the description of this video. Yesterday, energy and crude took a hit. You had commodities taking a hit. The day before that, I put out in my newsletter, okay? I said, okay, guys, I am pulling profit. And that's what I did. I didn't close positions, but I pulled profit. But look, there's more upside here. There is a lot more upside here. So you need to have these things. In my view, you need to have at least one oil and gas producer in your portfolio. ExxonMobil, XOM, or Chevron, CVX, one of those two, or both. I own both. You need to be in a commodities ETF, PDBC. I've been telling you this now for a couple of weeks. Very important. I really sincerely believe that we're going to see energy prices continue to skyrocket, commodity prices as well. Look, nothing goes straight up without a pullback. You got to expect these things. You have to expect these things. It's not just going to go up, 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 up. For example, I said recently I do expect crude to hit 150 to 175, but that does not mean it's going to go straight the freak up. I know some of you people, you don't get it. I read the comments. Believe me. Oh, Greg said it was going up 150 and it came down yesterday. Duh, I'm a retard. Did I say it was going to go straight up? Pullbacks are bullish. You should know that. Look, people like that really should not be in the market. Get out. Go do something else with your life. Okay, you don't understand the market. I got it. Not everyone does. But you got to realize how markets work, the dynamics that are in play, and take in the big picture here. People, look, this war is going to expand. Is it going beyond Ukrainian borders? I have no idea. But I can promise you it's going to be prolonged. Look, turn on the mainstream media. They're already telling you. They're warning you, threatening you that it's going to go on possibly for years. So get used to it. Okay, get used to the barbarism over there too. This is something we haven't seen in 8 decades. And, look, there's a message being sent here, obviously, if you can read between the lines, by Russia. They're saying, stay out of our way. Look what we're doing to cities. And I think people are getting a little rattled by that. They're not used to it, okay, in this day and age, but that's just the way it is, the horror of war. Anyway, you all get this. You understand what's going on at its core. You realize central banks are going to inflate beyond your wildest dreams. And knowing that, people, allows you and me to stay in the right spots, betting against the debt, becoming your own central bank, making sure that at least once a month, if you possibly can, you're buying one asset. Specifically, this is silver. It's my favorite asset of all time. You should be allocating funds to that every month with some extra cash you have laying around. It's important. Gold, too, I love it, but silver's much more undervalued right now, and I think you need cryptocurrency in your portfolio. Now look, I never said to go all in on this. Again, I do read the comments, and some people like saying, oh, Greg said to go all in on cryptos. Did I say that? Have I ever said that? Please, if any one of you has heard me say that, please post a link so I can check it for myself. No, I never said to go all in on anything. No, ever. Okay? You got to be diversified. You got to be spread out. You know all this already. But again, look, I don't want you to be misled by some of the comments here. I don't know if people are trolling or whatever they're doing. But I don't want you to be misled. And the scammers are all but gone. I'm so freaking happy about that. All right, people, look, that's the situation here. We have inflation surging, and according to their numbers, 7.9% year over year, 0.5% month over month. You haven't seen anything yet. Food and energy prices at a 40-year high. You literally haven't seen anything yet here. Unemployment claims missed the mark. Coming in higher than expected. I mean, our economy is in free fall globally. You all know that anyway. Anyway, with energy and everything else connected to people, you are in the right spots. You're in the right freaking spots. For the long run, people, there are assets that are on sale and remain on sale right now. I'm referring to the banks. I think tech is way, way oversold. And these are things that are going to pay off for us. We just have to be patient. Okay, you understand? Sit back, relax, realize what's going on, and you're going to be able to sleep at night, and you're going to come out of this smelling like a rose. Love you a lot. Please share the video. See you later.